Hey, welcome to Coaching Genius Lives. Every single Monday, we come to you with Motivation Monday. And this Monday, right, I was thinking about what I want to share with you guys, right? And one of the words that came to me was this word called Quagmire. Quagmire. What is Quagmire, right? So if you look at Merriam-Webster defines Quagmire as this, right? It's a difficult situation when you're stuck in a difficult situation, or when a soft, spongy background or shakes or gives way underfoot. And when I was thinking about this, why Quagmire today? Why are we focusing on this word called Quagmire? Well, really, one of the things I think about in our Victor to Victim series, one of the things that I'm thinking about is that oftentimes we feel that we got stuck somewhere. Our legs are stuck somewhere. We're stuck in a difficult situation, and things don't seem to get a way out of and things seem not to go the way it should be, and we can't seem to get the right way out. We can't seem to find the right tools or the right resources, or maybe the right strategies to get out of the situation that we're stuck in. So we're stuck in a quagmire, right? And to me, it's that how do we get out of this quagmire? So I titled this program, right, as getting out of the quagmire, right? About this quagmire. And in this Victim to Victim series, we talk about this mini series that we have. On this next several weeks, we're going to talk about. Last week we talked about this victim to victim, from a victim to a victor, and how do we actually change the contents of our bags? That's what we talked about last week. If you missed that video, do catch that up, right? And do hit the notification button to keep yourself updated, as well as to hit the subscribe button because you want to stay tuned for all the latest updates that we have for you in this channel. And I thought I want to share with you guys, for all our viewers out there, about a little bit more, because the last few weeks you didn't get to see me. So I thought this week you get to see me, and I'm recording this on Sunday, so you get a chance to see me. And I love to record something fresh, so I have a fresh message every week for you. So today I'm just thinking about why sometimes we feel that we're stuck in a situation, and how can we get out of it. So I remember I was watching this video with my kids on Dora the Explorer, and so in this video about Dora the Explorer, it was a live remake of it. So Dora and her friends were actually trying to cross, to be an explorer, and they said this really interesting. So they were caught in betwixt, I think it's as an Inca tribe or a ancient civilization. So they're trying to reach out for the goal to help unravel, to save the parents. And so in this particular scene, they say to that ancient civilization, the ancient civilization leader ask her, say, "Are you here? Are you a treasure hunter?" And she said, "No, I'm not a treasure hunter. I'm an explorer, right? I'm not a treasure hunter. I'm an explorer." So that was very interesting. Dora knew who she was and what she represents, and she was not easily influenced by what other people say that she is. She kept it really clear, and as she was progressing through the whole journey, on one of the scenes, Dora actually fell into a quicksand with all her friends. All of them fell in the quicksand, and I'm not sure how many of you actually experienced a quicksand before. And I was watching quicksands just a couple of days ago, how to get out of a quicksand. It was really interesting to see how to get out of quicksand. So in my mind, when I think about quicksand, I think about me getting stuck in a situation that just, the more I try, the harder I try, the faster I go down. The harder I try, the faster I go down. So if you are experiencing a situation like this today, like the harder you try, the more it seems like things are not going the way it should, right? This COVID situation, this pandemic is causing me to get down and down and down. The more I try to get out, the more I get pulled down. The more I try to get up, I get pulled down. So I always say this can be, maybe I should title this Quagmire, the Madras crab experience, right? So if any of you know the Madras crabs, they have this effect. Whenever one of the crabs try to crawl out of the basket, the rest will pull them down. Whenever one crawls out of the basket, the other rest pull you down. So if you're stuck in a quagmire today, right, how do we get out of it? How do we get out of the quicksand? How do we get a quicksand of the situation of our lives that we feel so trapped in? So I'm going to give you some 3 possible thoughts about this, how you can get out of them. So from the story of Dora the Explorer, right? So stay tuned on this episode. Do remember to hit the subscribe button and the notification button, because we come to you every single week with new exciting updates. Every Monday it's Motivation Monday. Every Wednesday we talk about some coaching competencies, and every Friday I come to you with new NLP skills that you can help yourself. And on the other days, I'm going to share some random things, and I hope to release some of my voice classes soon as well, for all of us to learn as well. So many people ask me about voice work, and they hope to improve their voice. I'm going to come out with some videos to really help you and encourage you during this season. So Dora the Explorer, when she was stuck in the quicksand with her friends, and it was very interesting, right? All her friends were struggling, how to get out. But Dora was very calm. She said, "Okay, guys, right? I want all of us to lie on our backs." So in our minds, we're thinking, "Hey, come on, Dora, you're sinking down, and you're asking all of us to lie on our backs." You got to be kidding, right? Because if we rely on our backs, then wouldn't we sink even more? No. So Dora's approach was this: she knew how to get out of the situation because she said this. Well, because if you stay there, you will just the pressure and as the water fills in, as the sense fills in, you get sucked down. The only way for you to get out of it is to lift up one leg in the process and allow the water and sand to fill underneath your leg, and then slowly adjust yourself and twist your body to be able to get out of it. So the best way is actually to lean back and to allow space for one of your limbs to actually allow water and sand to go underneath it, to be able to get yourself out of it. So that is very unnatural. Because for most of us, whenever we get stuck in a situation, the last thing we want to do is actually to lean back on our situation. Right? The last thing we want to do is just lean back, because say, hey, no, we cannot lean back on the situation. We got to do something about the situation, because there's a problem now. We got to do something about it. Right? This is a real problem. We got to do something about it. So we end up becoming doers of things. So think about this, right? How many of you are doers of things than beers? Is it more important to be a doer or more important to be a beer? Because when we do, what happens is that we tend to be in a situation, or maybe we tend to get stuck in a place or a position where life just confronts us, or maybe or maybe we get stuck in a situation or a position where we can't seem to get out of, or we can't seem to be able to move forward in. Why? Because we're not able to rest. We're not able to relax. We're not able to move backwards. So Dora's approach was this: she said, hey guys, just lean back. So everybody was very, very afraid, because that's counterintuitive. That when you get stuck in a situation, it's not to lean back. When you get stuck in a situation, it's to get out of the situation. But you see, we don't realize is this. In that situation, in the quagmire, the last thing you want is to struggle in a situation. The thing you want to do is to remain calm and to lean back and to allow the sand and water to flow underneath your legs, to allow the situation to flow underneath your legs, to allow the problem at hand to flow underneath your leg. Because when you are able to do that, you're able to navigate. And so the next step that Dora got them to do is to maneuver your body to swim backwards, to allow your body to allow the sand to push you up. So that's really interesting. I thought we're supposed to just pull and pull and pull. No, in fact, the more you pull, the more you get stuck. The more you pull, the more you get stuck. The more you get drowned faster. So the best approach whenever you get stuck in a quicksand is to first lift up one limb, allow the thing to come, allow the water and sand to come underneath that limb, and then twist your body to allow space for the other limb to come out, and then maneuver slowly all the way up. So that caused me to think a bit. Why is that? Why do that, right? So in our lives, when we get stuck in a situation, most of us will try to, either put the shovel in to try to shake ourselves up. In the process of doing so, we may injure ourselves. In the process of doing so, we may tire ourselves. In the process of doing so, we may feel the pressures, or we lose energy in the process. We thought we're actually getting out of it by gaining energy, but actually we're losing energy in the whole process. So the best approach in every single situation, difficult situation, or times are good or bad, right, is just to lean back first. Lean back, feel the ground, feel the situation, and then from there, navigate your way out of the situation. What do we mean by feel the situation? Well, sometimes the real problem isn't the problem at hand. When the quicksand is, you think that you're drowning in quicksand, but that is not the real problem. The real problem is because you're not allowing space for the sand to fill in. You're not allowing space for the water to fill in. That's why you get stuck in a situation. So when you think about a situation that you're stuck in a quagmire, how to get out of that? Well, the one easy way, one practical way to get out of that first is to notice. You want to remain calm. You want to remain calm. The last thing you want to be is that when you are not calm, when you're not in the right state of mind, you begin to panic, you sink faster. When you begin to panic, you sink faster. So if you ever played before, when you were young, there was this little device that I remember I used to play. You put in one finger, you put the other finger like this, and the more you try to pull out, the tighter it becomes, But the only way to get out, you get your fingers out, is to allow your fingers to come together, to move in, and you can move out, right? So sometimes, when we face the problems, sometimes the best approach is not try to pull and pull and pull. Sometimes it's just to move, right? Move in, to just move in, lean in to a problem. Sometimes some of us, when we see a problem, we tend to want to get out of the problem first. But I would encourage you, maybe you could consider leaning into the problem, because sometimes the problem can be there to push you forward. Sometimes the problems can be there to create new ideas, new opportunities for you. Think about all the inventions out there. Think about the telephone. Right? When Alexander Graham Bell first invented the telephone, it was a problem. right? But did he say to himself, "Oh, it's a problem. This it's insurmountable. It's too difficult. We'll never be able to solve this thing. It's too tough." No, he took the problem as an opportunity for him to grow. How and think about other problems as well. When we had people sent into space, one of the big problems was pens. Pens were not able to do. So scientists begin to explore what are the other ways that they can do, to allow astronauts to write in space. Well, pencil. Pencil, right? Pencil was the quickest way for you to be able to write things in space, because it's not it doesn't go against gravity. So simple solutions like this. Sometimes the very thing that we thought was the problem that prevents us may be the very thing that helps us to move forward. The very problem that we think that will prevent us might be the very solution that we're looking for, right? So in every single situation, I always tell this to all my clients that I work with. The problem is not the problem. What is the real problem? It's our state. If we can control our state, our emotional, physiological, psychological state, we are more than able to conquer the problem. When we face a problem, do we stare at a problem and see the problem as the problem is larger than us, or do we see ourselves larger than the problem? How we see will affect how we view the problem. Are we viewing the problem from a victim mindset, or are we viewing the problem from a victor mindset? Are we seeing this quagmire from a victim mindset, or are we seeing this quagmire from a victor mindset? Because a victor, when they see a quagmire, when they're stuck in a difficult situation, they say, hey, that is another growth area for me. That's another milestone I can push myself. That's another thing that I can overcome. That's a great area for me, right? But when we see problems as, it's another problem again, not again, what happens? Our state of mind defeats us. We first get defeated in our minds before we get defeated outwardly. Businesses as well. I'm going to be speaking at one of the business conferences as well to help business owners here in Asia. And, one of the common topics that came to me was this: how do we help business owners who are going through this pandemic crisis? Well, I say the very first thing is to make sure that you're in the right state of mind, the right frame of mind. Because if not, you'll be jumping off the bandwagon. You'll be going for all the shiny ponies, the shiny unicorns, right? Now it's all of us should go on internet marketing. Okay, let's jump on internet marketing. You should do more video ads. Let's jump on video ads. You should do this, you should do that. So we get drawn in all directions and we get lost to find out, hey, actually, what exactly do I really want? To me, it's very simple. I came across, in my whole journey as a coach, building my own coaching practice, my own coaching business. One of the things that often is true is this: people often jump from one object to another, and they never remain consistent and steady in their own business. We don't have competitors to fight. Our only competition is with ourselves, to become a better version of ourselves. Whenever we look at competition left and right as something that challenges us, as something that pushes us up, what will happen? We begin to get torn apart in all directions. But we need to focus on the race, that this race is not left and right. Right? Olympics, when you look at the Olympic, where athletes, when they run, do they look left and right? They don't. Who looks left and right? Well, the second place person, the third place person. The first place person has no one in the left and right, only himself. All he's seeing is himself. At the edge, what he looks at first is that he has seen himself cross the race. Today I'm challenging all of us. What are we seeing first? Are we seeing ourselves getting stuck in this quagmire? Or are we saying that, hey, well, no, this quagmire, it's my very growth potential. This quagmire will help me to grow to the next milestone. This challenge, I'm going to take it straight head on. I'm going to use it. I'm going to utilize it for myself. I'm going to be strengthened in this challenge. I'm going to use this challenge to move me forward, to propel me forward. Think about all the great men out there, right? Think about Thomas Edison. Challenge of the challenge, right? And he invented what we know as the light bulb today, right? Think about all the amazing inventors that we know today as well. All the amazing geniuses, the geniuses that we recognize today, right? At that point of time, they were considered as crazy people, heretics. They were considered as people, who are not, who are stuck. But you know what? Today we call them geniuses. We call this people who are seemingly unsmart at the time geniuses. Why? Because at that time, when most people see problems, they always see the problems larger than them. They see problems like giants, and they see themselves like grasshoppers. Today, I want to challenge all of us. Do we have a grasshopper mentality, or do we have a giant complex? Right? Are we seeing problems like giants and seeing ourselves like grasshoppers? And if that's so, we become so. Rather than thinking about it like this, what if I change your lens for you? Think about this, the field you're getting into, the land you're getting into. Yes, they're giants. Yes, it's scary. Yes, you may be smaller than the giants. But guess what? The fruits are huge. What do giants plant? Well, giants are able to toil the land much harder. They're able to build, they're able to grow larger grapes, they're able to grow larger plantations. Well, the fruits are larger. Where there's greater challenges, the fruits are larger. The fruits are larger. Don't worry about the journey, because the destination will be a beautiful destination, right? Don't worry about whether you will get there. Keep your course, keep steady your course, move one step at a time. Every single step, just move one step at a time. Move with the momentum, move with grace, move in that rhythm. Don't allow anything to hold you back, right? And even if there is, have a support group, have someone accountable to you to push you forward. If you are a business owner, have a community of support. Have other business owners come on board with you. Get a coach, right? So many business owners also get engage me to just be a coach with them. I may not be in a business with them, but at least they have a voice that can coach them, a voice that can encourage them, a voice that can help them, support them throughout this journey. Even coaches as well. Many coaches are out there. In this season, what most people need are not another therapist. What most people need in this season are coaches. Coaches that can partner with them to help them see the world different. To help them see the world that, hey, this world is not that tough. This world is not that bleak. This world is not all about pandemics. This world, there are opportunities in this world. We can turn this crisis around to our greatest opportunity. We can turn this around. We can pivot today and make it our greatest leverage point. And one of the things I always say this, right? Don't see the challenges as something that holds you back. Don't see the quicksand as something that draws you down, but see them as opportunities to lift you up. See them as opportunities to grow you again. See them as opportunities to have effects of change for you. In this situation, things will never change, right? Problems will always happen. Challenges will always happen. We can choose two things. One is to stay where we are and hope the problems go away, or two, face the challenge head on, rush towards it. If you recall, I think 2 or 3 Mondays ago when I shared with you this story, amazing story of David and Goliath in our Motivation Monday. If you've not watched that, click on the link and you can watch that video again. I share a story. When David saw Goliath was this giant, right? David didn't wait for Goliath to come. David ran to Goliath and swing his make a swing of the stone towards Goliath's head, and Goliath came tumbling down. Many people say, "Oh, David was running away." No, he was running forward to Goliath. In our challenge, in our journey, when we see the giants in front of us, are we running backwards or are we running forwards? Don't worry. The staff in your hand is more than able to conquer the land in front of you. Don't worry. The staff or the stones in your hand is more than able to conquer the enemies in front of you. Whatever your challenge may be today, whatever quagmire you may be in today, fret not, because you know you have greatness within you. You have the power, you have the resources within you. All that needs to shift first is your mind. That takes a shift, a pivot in your mind to realize that, hey, this problem is not a problem. This problem is bread for me. I'm more than able to be able to conquer this land, right? Caleb said to the mountain one time, he was 80 years old, and he told Moses this thing. He said, hey, Moses, I'm 80 years old, right? And he tells Moses, right? He said, I'm 80 years old, but you know what? I'm as strong as I was 40 years ago when he sent me into that field with all the giants, right? I'm more than able to conquer the land. What an attitude of an 80-year-old man. I've watched videos of seniors as well who conquered marathons after marathons. This senior lady, she ran marathons. She was so old, but she began to ran marathons. She overcame her physical limitation, all because she changed her internal world. When you change your internal world, your external world will align together. You are who you are. You're congruent with who you are. What you believe will come out outside. I always say this to all coaches that I talk to, everyone I talk to. Your behaviors will show up your belief, which means to say, when you believe right, you'll live right. When you believe right, your actions will be right. When you believe right, your behaviors will be right. So think about this. Today, one message I leave to you from a victim mindset to a victor mindset is this, that your quagmire is not your end. Your quagmire is your very, very essence, your source of potential to the next milestone. So when you can turn that around for your good, or you can allow that to hold you back. What would it be? Will you allow that to draw you down like a quicksand, or will you allow that to lift you up into the treasure land where you want to be today? And that is my message for you today on this Motivation Monday. If you like what you hear, leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts. Share with me your story, share me your testimonies. I'd love to encourage and engage with you and connect with you, right? If you love what you share, put in a comment below, give me a thumbs up. And also, let me know what do you like to hear? What do you like to hear from this channel as well? And I would love to be able to share with you and maybe do some live chat with some of us today, right? And I hope this message goes out to as many people as possible who are feeling down on Monday. They may be feeling like they're stuck, but not to worry, right? You may be stuck, but you're not stuck forever. And that's my message for you this coming Monday on our series of from a victim to victor on this quagmire. What's my quagmire? how to get out of the quagmire, right? So I'll see you next Monday as well on Motivation Monday, and stay tuned because every single week we come to you with new programs, with new concepts, with new ideas, and we hope to break you down so that you become a better conversationalist. If you like what you hear, do remember to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to stay tuned and get updated with all our latest contents. And I'll see you very soon.